Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
आ रहा है क्या?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning to all. Myself, Shoaib Pirzadeh, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Milia Arts Science and Management Science College, Bid. We are discussing topic chemical equilibrium. In the last period, we have seen that is a Gibbs free energy change and thermodynamic derivation of law of mass action. Now the next point from this topic is the reaction isotherm. The reaction isotherm. Now for this we have considered the general reaction of the type as we have already considered, that is previously also reversible reaction. A into A plus B into B, it gives reversible, it gives C into C plus D into D. Now as yesterday we have seen, that is partial concentration or active mass. Concentration or active mass is denoted by, that is in square bracket. Now if the reaction is in gaseous state, the reaction is in gaseous state, we cannot denote its that is in terms of concentration, but we have to denote it in terms of partial pressure. That is, let PA, that is P suffix capital A, that is the PA means partial pressure of A. PB, that is P and its suffix is capital B. So it is PB means partial pressure of B. PC, that is P suffix capital C, that is a partial pressure of C, and P suffix capital D, that is PD, that is partial pressure of D. That is PA, PB, PC and PD are partial pressure of A, B, C and D respectively. That is the arbitrary reaction quotient in terms of partial pressure is represented by, that is QP. Remember that is arbitrary reaction quotient in terms of partial pressure is represented by symbol QP. Therefore QP is equal to, remember that is instead of concentration, that is we have to write here partial pressure. So directly that is, therefore QP is equal to PC raised to C, PC raised to C into PD raised to D into dash dash divided by PA raised to A into PB raised to B into dash dash. So this is the reaction quotient for gaseous reaction, that is QP is equal to PC raised to C into PT raised to D into dash dash divided by PA raised to A into PB raised to B. Now the free energy change can be given as, that is delta G is equal to minus RT ln K plus RT ln QP. Here reaction quotient is written here, that is RT ln QP. So this is the free energy change, that is delta G is equal to minus RT ln K plus RT ln QP. Now this is known as want of reaction isotherm. This is known as want of reaction isotherm if the arbitrary state happen to correspond to those for the system at equilibrium. QP will be identical. In such case, the value of delta G would be 0. That is, if the observatory state happen for the system at equilibrium, QP will be identical equilibrium constant K. In such case, value of delta G would be 0. So this is small bit previously, that is not so important, but next part is reaction isochore. This part is very important. It is also called as, that is, want of equation or reaction isochore. Obtain want of equation. So such type of question is asked for 10 marks, that is want of equation. Very important, always ask in the examination, that is obtain want of equation. So to obtain want of equation, the free energy change is measure of the magnitude of the equilibrium constant, and it can be given as, that is, a delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln Kp. We call this equation number 1. Now at any temperature, the changes of the free energy, entropy and enthalpy are related with, that is, at any temperature, that is a change energy, entropy and enthalpy are related with. Now it can be given as, that is a partial derivative of delta G with respect to T at constant pressure is equal to minus delta S. This is, we call this equation number 2. And as already we have obtained, that is a change in Gibbs free energy, delta G is equal to delta H minus T into delta S. Now from this equation, that is calculate the, that is a value of, that is delta S. So from this, that is the delta S is nothing but, therefore delta S is equal to delta H minus delta G divided by T. So this is the change in, that is the entropy, change in entropy. Change in entropy. So क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. किसी का माइक अगर म्यूट ऑन है तो प्लीज म्यूट योर माइक. So at any temperature, the changes of the free energy, entropy and enthalpy are related with this equation, that is equation 2, that is partial derivative of delta G with respect to T at constant pressure is equal to minus delta S. We call this equation number 2. Now Gibbs free energy, we have proved this, that is delta G is equal to delta H minus T into delta S, and from this, that is rearrange this and calculate or value of change in entropy, that is delta S is equal to delta H minus U, इसको delta G को यहाँ ट्रांसफर कीजिए minus delta G divided by T. We call this equation number 3. Now from 2 and 3, see, this is equation 2 and here equation 3. In equation 3, we have value of delta S. Now put this value of delta S into here. That is putting the value of delta S from equation 3 in equation 2. So we get, so this is the left hand side of equation 2. That is partial derivative of delta G with respect to T at constant pressure is equal to, now what is the value of delta S? Here minus is there, so that is minus. This I have taken that is minus. And what is the value of delta S? This one, delta H minus delta G divided by T. To put the values, and minus delta H minus delta G divided by T. Now expand this. Partial derivative of delta G with respect to T at constant pressure is equal to, now multiply this bracket by minus sign. So minus delta H upon T. ये delta H को हमने क्या किया है, माइनस से मल्टीप्लाई किया है, माइनस डेल्टा H upon T. Now this minus and this minus get plus here. This minus and this minus get plus delta G divided by T. So only we multiply this bracket by, that is minus sign, and we have, that is return the quantity or terms separately. So we get finally partial derivative of delta G with respect to T at constant pressure is equal to minus delta H upon T plus delta G upon T. Now again rearrange. So partial derivative of delta G with respect to T at constant pressure. Now take this delta G upon T on left hand side. So here it is plus. So on left hand side it becomes minus. So this minus delta G upon T, remaining quantity as it is, that is minus delta H upon T as it is. So I have written here minus delta H upon T. Now this partial derivative of delta G with respect to at constant pressure minus delta G upon T, that is nothing but the standard Gibbs free energy. So instead of this we can write here delta G naught. Rearranging this, T into partial derivative of T into delta G naught upon T into P, and that is nothing but, that is minus delta H upon T, minus delta H upon T. But from equation 1, what is equation 1? We have seen this is equation 1. That is equation 1 is the, that is Gibbs free energy in standard state. That is delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln Kp. So put that value in equation number, that is the 4. Here is the delta G naught, and from equation 1 the value of delta G naught is minus RT ln of Kp. So substituting 1, that is the value of delta G naught in this equation number 4, we get T into partial derivative of that is minus RT. What is the value of this delta G naught? So only simply, that is put the value here, that is minus RT ln Kp, minus RT ln Kp, partial derivative with respect to T of minus RT ln of Kp divided by T is equal to minus delta H upon T, minus delta H upon T. Now this, take this minus outside the bracket, so it becomes minus T. R is also constant, so here we have written R, and what remains, partial derivative of, that is ln of Kp, ln of Kp with respect to T. This T and this T get cancelled. Remember, this T and this T get cancelled, and this R we have taken outside the derivative. What remains inside the derivative? Partial derivative with of ln Kp with respect to T at constant pressure, and that is equal to minus delta H upon T. Now this, on left hand side there is minus sign, on right hand side also there is negative sign. So this minus and this minus get plus, this minus and this minus get plus. So what remains? That is, I will write this partial derivative of ln Kp with respect to T first. This and this R I will write in cross multiplication here, that is equal to minus delta H upon T is there, but this T and this T, that is the T square, and this R, that is RT square. I have written this R here in cross multiplication R, and this T and T into T, that is the T square. So finally we get, that is partial derivative of ln Kp with respect to T is equal to delta H upon RT square. We call this equation number 5. Now this equation is known as Van 't Hoff equation. That is equation 5, that is partial derivative of ln Kp with respect to T is equal to delta H upon RT square. This equation 5, and this equation 5 is called as, that is Van 't Hoff equation. Equation 5 is called as Van 't Hoff equation. Now according to this equation, rate of change of equilibrium constant. See here, that is, this is ln Kp, Kp is the equilibrium constant, and partial derivative with respect to T means, that is, it is the rate of change of equilibrium constant with temperature, because it takes place with respect to T, that is partial derivative of ln Kp with respect to T. So we can call it as, according to this equation, rate of change of equilibrium constant with temperature depends on the, that is, what is the, is equal to R is constant, T square is, that is T is temperature, that is also constant, and that is the delta H. What is delta H? What delta H is called? Delta H को हम क्या कहेंगे? It is called enthalpy. So rate of change of equilibrium constant. This is the rate of change. ln Kp means equilibrium constant, and partial derivative with respect to T we called as rate of change of equilibrium constant is equal to, that is R is constant, T is constant, and L, that is equal to, that is enthalpy. So according to this equation, rate of change of equilibrium constant with temperature depends on the standard enthalpy change. Delta H is the enthalpy change. So with temperature depends on the standard enthalpy change. Now integrating equation 5, above equation. So what is above equation? This partial derivative ln Kp with respect to T is equal to delta H upon RT square. RT square. So we have to take integration of this equation 5. So this, here is the derivative, partial derivative with respect to T, and here integration. When integration and partial derivative come, what remains? Only ln Kp is remains on left hand side of 5 equation, equation number 5, because we have to take integration of this equation 5. Integration of this equation 5. So integration into partial derivative of ln Kp with respect to T. So this is the derivative and integration. When integration and derivative come, they get cancelled. Only what remains? ln Kp. So I have written here ln Kp. Understand? Because that is integration and derivative, they are opposite, so they are get cancelled. Only this term ln Kp remains. Now, what is the derivative of delta H upon RT square? So the derivative of delta H upon RT square is delta H upon RT, plus we have taken integration, so put the constant of integration, plus that is the constant. So when we do integration of equation 5, we get ln Kp is equal to delta H upon RT plus constant, and this called, this equation we call equation number 6. Now if ln Kp is plotted against 1 upon T, that is we have to plot a graph, that is on x-axis we have to take ln Kp, and on y-axis we have to take 1 upon T. Then what we get? That is, if ln Kp is plotted against 1 upon T, a straight line with negative slope, a straight line with negative slope corresponding to delta H upon 2.303 R, because here ln is there, so we have to convert this ln into, that is log. So when we are converting ln into log, we have to multiply by 2.303. So that slope corresponding to delta H upon 2.303 R is obtained, and this equation 6 is called Van 't Hoff isochore equation. That is, if ln Kp is plotted against 1 upon T, a straight line with negative slope corresponding to delta H upon 2.303 R is obtained, and this equation 6 is called as Van 't Hoff reaction isochore. Now integrating equation 5, see this is equation 5, this equation is called as, क्या equation 5 को क्या कहेंगे हम? Can anybody tell me name of equation 5? ऐसा आवाज सुनाई दे रहा है ना? इक्वेशन 5 को हम क्या कहेंगे? इक्वेशन 5, what is our heading? Yes,
Reaction isochoric or Van 't Hoff equation.
Yes,
The
correct.
Van 't Hoff equation.
Van 't Hoff equation, correct. So equation 5 is Van 't Hoff equation, क्योंकि हमने कहा क्वेश्चन भी आएगा, obtain Van 't Hoff equation एंड आगे कंटिन्यू करना है क्वेश्चन को वही, also obtain its integrated form. ये तो जनरल फॉर्म हो गया. इक्वेशन 5 इज जनरल इक्वेशन ऑफ वांट ऑफ इक्वेशन. नाउ अगेन वी हैव टू ऑब्टेन इट्स इंटीग्रेटेड फॉर्म. इसका वांट ऑफ इक्वेशन का आपको क्या करना है, इंटीग्रेटेड फॉर्म भी ऑब्टेन करना है. सो वी हैव टू ऑब्टेन द इंटीग्रेटेड फॉर्म ऑफ वांट ऑफ इक्वेशन. इसके लिए क्या करना है, इक्वेशन 5 का इंटीग्रेशन लेना है और उसके लिमिट्स क्या होंगे, ln kp1 to kp2. kp1 to kp is the equilibrium constant, p is the pressure. When reaction in gaseous state, the equilibrium constant is denoted by kp. Remember that. यानी जब all reactants and products are in gaseous state, उस रिएक्शन का इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट को हम क्या करते हैं, kp से डिनोट करते हैं. kc means concentration, kc, k is constant, c is the concentration. kp, k is also constant, but p is the partial pressure. Remember, kp, p is the partial pressure, so it is also equilibrium constant, but in terms of partial pressure. kc is also, that is equilibrium constant, but it is in concentration. So to obtain integrated form of, that is want of equation, that is we have to integrate, that is integrating equation 5 between the limit kp1 to kp2 and on right hand side t1 to t2. So we get, that is integrating equation 5 between the limit kp1 to kp2 at t1 to t1 and t2 we get. So first of all rearrange this equation. What is equation 5 want of equation? here t, पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव ऑफ टी और डी टी को यहाँ पे लेके जाइए राइट हैंड साइड में, तो यहाँ ऊपर आएगा, न्यूमरेटर में आएगा ये. अंडरस्टैंड? सो दैट इज partial derivative ln kp is equal to delta h upon rt square as it is. यहाँ पर जो डिनोमिनेटर में लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में dt था, partial derivative of t we have taken on right hand side and it becomes in numerator. अब इसका इंटीग्रेशन करना है आपको. इंटीग्रेट दिस above equation as integrating this partial derivative of ln kp and its limits are kp1 to kp2 is equal to, that is integration of right hand side, that is delta h upon rt square into dt. So it's a integration and its limits are t1 to t2, remaining part is as it is delta h upon rt square into dt. Now again here, what is the derivative of this partial derivative of ln kp and its integration? So this is integration and this is derivative. This is integration and when that is integration and derivative they come together, they get cancelled. Very important here, integration and derivative they come together here, so they get cancelled. What remains? Only ln kp remains. ln kp, see here, this is partial derivative means derivative and this is integration. दोनों जब एक जगह आएंगे, so it get cancelled. What remains? ln kp remains. ln kp, and what are its that is limits kp1 to kp2. kp means it is equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure. So ln kp, that is, and its limits are, that is kp1 to kp2. Now here delta h and r are constant. Delta h and r are constant, so we can take outside the, that is the integration, and directly what remains here, 1 upon t square. 1 upon t square. So what is integration of 1 upon t square? It is 1 upon t. I have written directly, remember that. So delta h upon r, first I have taken outside the bracket or outside the integration. So what remains in integration side, the integration t1 to t2, 1 upon t square into dt, and integration of 1 upon t square into dt is 1 upon t minus 1 upon t. So delta h upon r in bracket, that is minus 1 upon t, because integration of 1 upon t square is minus 1 upon t, and its limits are, that is the t1 to t2, t1 to t2. Now put upper limit and then lower limit. Put upper limit, that is upper limit is kp2 here, upper limit is this kp2 and lower limit is kp1. So what is the formula or what is the rule? Put upper limit minus then lower limit. So ln kp के जगह आपको क्या करना है, kp2 रखना है, kp के जगह kp2, because kp2 is the upper limit. ln kp2 minus ln. Now lower limit kp1. So put the lower limit, that is ln kp1. So ln kp2 minus ln kp1 is equal to delta h upon r. Now minus 1 upon t, again here put upper limit is t2. So this minus 1 upon t की जगह क्या करेंगे आप t2 रखेंगे. So it becomes minus 1 upon t2, minus 1 upon t2. Now this minus, again minus, because upper limit minus lower limit minus. Now again minus 1 upon t is there. So put here, that is t1. So it becomes minus 1 upon t1. Now use the formula log m minus log n. Log m minus log n. So it becomes log m divided by ns. So what it becomes? That is, this is the log m and this is log n. So log m divided by n. So what that equation becomes? ln, this is kp2 divided by kp1. So ln kp2 divided by kp1 is equal to delta h upon r. Now this minus and this minus get plus. So plus quantity we have to write first. Plus quantity we have to write first. So minus this minus get plus. So I will write here in bracket 1 upon t1 first. Because this minus and this minus get plus, it becomes plus. So I will have written that is plus quantity first, 1 upon t1. And then the second quantity minus 1 upon t, minus 1 upon t2. This minus 1 upon t2. So ln kp2 divided by ln kp, that is kp1 is equal to delta h upon r in bracket 1 upon t1 minus 1 upon t2. So finally we get, that is ln kp2 divided by kp1 is equal to delta h upon r 1 upon t1 minus 1 upon t2. Now this ln is form of log की एक शक्ल है, और जब ln को log में कन्वर्ट करना है तो what is the rule? We have to multiply by 2.303. Remember that. यानी ln एक log की एक शक्ल है और ln को जब log में कन्वर्ट करना है तो क्या करना है आपको 2.303 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है. So we convert this ln into log. So ln के जगह क्या लिखेंगे? Log लिखेंगे. Log kp2 upon kp1 to the base 10, but we have to multiply here 2.303. Remaining part is as it is. That is log of kp2 upon kp1 to the base 10 is equal to delta h upon 2.303. क्योंकि यहाँ log के पास रहेगा तो we I have taken directly, that is in the cross multiplication in denominator. यहाँ में 2.303 log के पहले रहेगा, बाद में क्या होगा वो इधर राइट हैंड साइड में डिनोमिनेटर में जाएगा. सो डेल्टा एच अपॉन 2.303 r in bracket 1 upon t1 minus 1 upon t2. So this is the final equation, that is log of kp2 upon kp1 to the base 10 is equal to delta h upon 2.303 r in bracket 1 upon t1 minus 1 upon t2. And this equation 7 is called as, that is integrated form of want of equation. See here, we have obtained here two want of equation. Equation 5 is general want of equation and equation 7 is the integrated form. And a want of equation की ही integrated की शक्ल, integrated form of want of equation. So this is regarding the want of equation. So very important bit, always ask in the examination for 10 mark, that is obtain want of equation, also obtain its integrated form. So up to equation 7 we have to write, and if all points are correct then you get 10 out of 10 marks, because it is purely mathematical part, not theoretical part. Understand? If you have any difficulty then ask. Only 2 or 3 points are remain on in the 2 or 3 periods we complete our syllabus. This topic will be completed. Only 3 bits are remain from this topic. That is, again they are mathematical part. Clausius equation, Clapeyron equation, then Clausius-Clapeyron equation and Le Chatelier's principle. Only these 3 bits remain from this topic. So in the next week we complete this topic and we complete our syllabus also, that is a physical chemistry paper 8. So remaining part we will be discussing the next period. And one notice is there for you, that is ना 9 तारीख को अपने कॉलेज में जो है नैक टीम आने वाली है, आपको मालूम होगा, शायद इससे पहले आप मीटिंग में भी आए होंगे 1 तारीख को। तो 9 तारीख को नैक पीयर टीम के साथ आपकी मीटिंग है, रेगुलर स्टूडेंट की। टाइमिंग आपको बाद में बता दिया जाएगा। यू कम फॉर मीटिंग। If you have any difficulty, please ask or write in the chat box. Okay, we will stop here. Remaining part we will be discussing in the next week.